turn 14 and the rebellion has arrived. So there they are, just there. I was of course expecting them, and of course they've started raiding straight away, which reduced my income, so I'm going to be doing something about them straight away. Some people do let the rebellions grow in size a little bit, and the reason I think that is that while the rebellion is there, you get this malcontents leaving for the rebellion, which obviously boosts your obedience quite a lot. I don't tend to do that myself. I prefer to crush them sooner rather than later, which is what I'll be doing this time around, but you never know, you may see me leaving them in the future. So before I ended the turn on turn 14, I actually paid finally for the upgraded version of the Horde. Just figure that with Skarsnik's army nearby and potentially my plans to grow a second army, it wouldn't hurt to get some extra income going. And if I keep that settlement going and that building going, then eventually it will pay for itself. So, not so bad while I've got money in the bank. So, I'm going to go ahead and attack the rebellion, basically. This is actually, I think, 14 turns in, my first battle, which is quite crazy. So, here we go. I imagine they'll run away. I could be wrong. No, they didn't run away. Okay, fair enough. Fools that they are. So I've got Skarsnik's Bad Moon banner. That definitely proves that I haven't had a battle, because that would have been allocated to someone. So which unit did I call Skarsnik's boys? Skarsnik's gobs, in fact. There they are. Well, they've got to be the ones. There you go, Skarsnik's gobs of the Bad Moon banner. Let's have a little look at the territory, the terrain. Okay, so they're in a pretty defensible position, but I'm not too worried about that. I've got 4 catapults after all. Let's see what they've got. They've got some Spider Rider archers, a couple of arrow boys, mainly spear gobbos and some night goblins as well, and a big boss bug. I can handle that. But you will see me press quick save on every time I do a battle. It's just good sense. Alright, I'll see you for the battle. Okay, here we are. And there they are, camped out all the way over there. I imagine some of them are going to be hidden. And I'm going to do some zoom in shots of my army and theirs. As the battle goes on, but first of all I just need to get my deployment right. So, start off with some spears and a nice big lion. I imagine I'm going to be going to them, but we'll see. We'll see if I can tease them out. A sneaky infantry up front, they vanguard. I'm not going to go too close because I do have air superiority. By that I mean ranged catapults. So, you know, there is a chance I might actually just pepper them from afar. It's all good tactics, it's not necessarily good watching, so apologies for that. Got my squig hoppers. Ragnarok, he might actually do a flanking manoeuvre. And then we've got Skarsnik in the middle of things. Got Sly, my big boss. Let's see what I can do with my rock lobbers. Let's get them out on this hill. Are they in range of everything? Not quite, so they're going to have to get nearer. That's no problem. In fact, let's move them nearer. Alright, let's start this. Looting to start the battle just on slow motion, just to get things in order. Like, for example, I'm going to move my rock lobbers nearer. They look like they're coming to me, which is fine. Almost into rock lobber range. This one is kind of blocked a bit. I want to move my spider up. to be out the way. So let's just move this guy forward a bit. And let's move my spears up. And my bows. You can see my rock lobbers are already starting to fire. Which is good. Let's zoom in on these enemies as they get smashed with rocks. Hopefully. Boom, there's a rock. Boom. Love it, that's why I bought 4 rock lobbers. Beautiful. Goblins. The bigger orcs there wearing some snazzy gear. But they'll go down all the same. So these what am I trying to say? Bow gobbos. Just gonna be aware of that unit of spider riders. With the spears backing them up. These guys will probably go to help out too. My invisible chaps. Move them on about. So my bows now should start shooting. Actually going to take skirmish off of them. Because I'll be telling them when to withdraw. And my rock lobbers. Start aiming at some orcs, shall we? These guys run around. Are they firing at me? Yes, they are archers. Well, that is a silly decision if so. They are going to get minced. And this was always going to be a straightforward battle. Squigs up around the side. All these rocks coming in. I mean, they're grouped together as well, which is probably not your best bet. Right, peppered those for a while. Now get the spears. Our troops have uncovered hidden foes. Of course, they are goblins, so can't say I'm overly surprised by that. These guys are fleeing, so let's change my target to the ones that I've now identified. Let's sneak in up on the outside. Start firing with my bows any minute. And now the squigs are coming around. They're going to go and attack the arrow boys. I don't really want to be sending my Gargantula, sorry, a Ragnarok, into spears. But now I've uncovered some hidden foes, so another unit's night goblins hidden there. So that's all good. Let's get the rock lobbers to pepper that unit. Squigs are going in. Let's have a little look at how they're getting on. Here come the squigs. Yeah. Awesome. A nice flank charge with the squigs. And now I have kind of allowed myself a little bit of a flank situation here. But I'm not bothered, there are only goblins. The Cancellor can go crazy on that. Let's start shooting some arrows into the other spear unit. 4 spear gobbo units are pretty much not required now that the spider riders have been sent fleeing. Let's move Skarsnik up a bit to lend his support, and Sly. The rock lobbers can all go on there. Just try and shoot at their general, really. These guys can come and flank. Squigs doing their job. Lost one, they can go after. In fact, they'll probably get themselves out of there. It's because that spear unit's coming back now. Where's Skarsnik? Get him in on the enemy general. What's that ability? Extra bit of speed, yeah, get in there. Spiders going nosh nosh. The enemy runs. Don't really need to run after him though. Probably should have put it on guard mode. Get my archers out of there just so that they're not in the way. Squigs can come back and charge the rallying units. His general is still there. He won't be around for long now. Ragnarok can come back and help out the squigs. Spear unit into the back of them. Hocklobber's still shooting. Shoot at the spiders. His general will very much break soon. Get all of my archers to shoot at his spiders. Now, I do tend to play my games on half speed when it matters, just because I am like trying to win, as opposed to just, you know, just clicking stuff. You know, I mean, it's not very orky to preserve lives as such, but it is sort of what I'm trying to do. So. Skarsnik did his job and didn't take many casualties, so that's good. They gave a decent fight of it, but there really wasn't any chance for them. It'd be good to do as many casualties as possible to them. Oh, hidden unit, another hidden unit. Okay, so those spiders are not coming back. Neither is his general now. Well, there we go, they are broken. Victory is achieved. Now really it's a case of just munching up whatever's left.
Let's rock!
Robbers doing their job. I did need my goblins to take a few hits. I didn't really plan the charge into their flank very well. I should have done that, but I was too busy zoomed in on the squigs. Those poor goblins getting hit by rocks on their way.
Gonna kill him! Stick him!
Their leader has survived, but I'm sure if he returns he won't cause me any problems. An even smaller army. I like to run everyone down because everyone that I can. It gives your troop more experience from doing so. Did you get away? They're going after one other guy. Oh, they're coming back for you. This isn't going to be pretty. Can you get away? How far have you got to run? A long way. The squigs are coming. And a big spider too. Are they going to get him? Oh. Okay, so not as graphic as I probably intended. Okay, decisive victory. I'll see you for the aftermath. 57 losses, not bad at all. Okay, so most of the opponent's army was destroyed. Hug himself has survived, at least in the battle itself. Whether or not he'll still be on the campaign map is another matter to find out shortly. Look at those kills from the rock lobbers. 74, 69, 74, 47. They are worth their money. Decisive victory. Get some loot. First bit of experience, thankfully. Good. It does look like Ugg survived, so the rebellion will go on. I do need some fightiness, so I don't want to choose that option. Leadership wouldn't be too bad. Units replenished, don't really need it, because I'm in my own territory, so I'll go with some leadership.
Supreme ruler of 8 peaks. 2 in 1.
So, I've gained a Shroom Gatherer on Skarsnik. Extra leadership. Unduntated, which is always useful. Decisive victory. Now, they did flee all the way down there, which is a bit annoying, so I'm not entirely sure I want to chase them down in Empire territory. And I'm still getting that malcontents leaving for the rebellion, so they will actually grow while they're over there. It's a bit troublesome actually that they've fled that far.
Skarsnik!
What to do about that? Well, the dwarfs went from over here anyway. At least they disappeared. So let's level up first, shall we? So last time I chose Gutter Fighter. I'm gonna go with Assassinate. him a bit of an agent for me. Okay, still says I've got another skill to give, which is good. In which case I'll go with specialist, so he's a bit cheaper and more successful in his assassinating attempts. Skarsnik. So what have I been focusing on? All I did was route march, actually. Let's have a look at these ones up here. Nastier squigs. That would be cool. Better night sneak in. Melee attack for goblin and not goblin units. Well, that's very good. Tunnel boss. Or bellower. I think that's pretty cool. I need my goblins to be better, so I'll go with that straight off the bat. So the question is, you know, am I worrying about the Empire striking back? Yes, pun intended. Unnecessarily, because they hate me. They're always going to hate me. You know, who are they at war with? They're at war with Beastmen and Skull Smashers. So chances are they're never going to be my friends. So going into their territory to crush a rebellion, it's not that big of an issue.
Schemes. I got schemes. Stabby, stabby!
So cool. I'm just going to finish them off. I won't be fighting this one. I will be doing it on auto-resolve. But I always quick save before an auto-resolve. Especially one where I am literally supposed to lose hardly any troops. 20 troops. I can handle that. Oh, more loot for killing them off than I did in that first battle. Which is even more reason why I should have bought that upgrade to the income, because gone right back up to where I started. And look at my fightiness increase because of that. So that will keep my gobbos happy. Again, I'm not going to choose the minus fightiness option. Don't need to do units replenished, so I'll just go for more leadership. Killed off the rebellion. Awesome. Oh, gained another shroom gatherer follower. Is that 2 or 1? Just 2. And I'm trespassing in Reichland's territory, as I suspected. So, I really should get out of there to at least minimise the hatred that I'll get from doing that. Let's have a look at the hatred that I got from that, just out of interest. The Empire, Reichland. Trespasses against Reichland, -10. It could be worse, but it was worth it to stop the rebellion, to crush that rebellion. I am still -2 on this, and I imagine I will be, but the event that I've got going on, I thought the event showed up here actually. Province effect, there you go. It's down here. No, I thought I had. It says there's an event going on, I can't remember what that event is. But anyway, it means I'm at -2 obedience, so you know, I could be fighting a rebellion for a while. But we'll see going forward how that affects me. I do need to take on these dwarfs. But now we've got, oh, he's gone up to level 7. I can't give him the Shroom Gatherer, the extra one that I gained. Apparently he can't take it. So let's make his assassinations even better. And Skarsnik, I don't think I'm going to choose the Nastier Squigs or the Tunnel Boss just because it's so specific. I need general stuff for the time being. Poisoned attacks in my entire army. Well, that would be pretty cool. Troglodyte's evasion chance. Income from raiding, that would be nice. Looting. And sacking. Probably need to get my goblins a bit better. So that is what I'm going to be fighting most of the time with. And leadership is always a bonus as well, so I'll choose that. Right, so that's Skarsnik moved as far as he can. Should I be thinking of upgrading this building chain? The issue I've got is, you know, I am thinking about raising another army, but Karak Asgaraz is just not big enough for what I need to do. I need to take Karak Norn. I need a bigger army. So should I suck this up? Get some better units. The trouble is, are they better? Goblins, night goblins, goblin archers, and night goblin archers. I don't think they're much better than what I can already get, really. And there are fanatics with the night goblin upgrades, but I can't get there because the settlement isn't big enough. So I'm wondering if maybe I should just rely on this as my recruitment option. Destroy it, and then maybe even build some trolls. It would be a bit different, and as you know, I do love my cave trolls. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to destroy this building. I should still be able to recruit those basic units for my second army. Let's see what other lord is available. An orc war boss, well that would be a bit weird, as I can't recruit orcs, but then it might be useful. Campaign movement range, pretty useful. Oh, a goblin great shaman, now that would be very handy, having some magic. Goblin great shaman. Conflict. Leadership in the army. Oh, I could just have an orc ally, really, you know, it wouldn't make too much, wouldn't be too much of a problem. And in this one province challenge, no one said I can't have orcs. I think for the moment though I'll go with a shaman slagger. That sounds like a good name. Leadership in the army is very useful when you're leading. When you're leading goblins, I won't recruit him yet though. Or shall I? Yeah, well,
ready.
I want to get that dwarf settlement, and I need to get it quickly. The upkeep is so low for these things, so... Now that building is going to be gone next turn. So... There you go. I'm going to have the second army up and running in no time. I will be losing money, but hopefully that will be mitigated by the construction of that building and the selling of this. And then Skarsnik is going to go dwarf hunting for Karak Norn. I will see you for that in turn 15. Right then, turn 15 and big news, if it can be called big news. War declared between Talsin and Karak Norn. Also between Whistleland and Stirland, but mainly between Talsin and Karak Norn. And that is these guys, I believe. No, that's Argwillon. That's Weirdroth. Okay, it's one of the Wood Elves. Against these guys, Karak Norn, the ones that I'm going to be attacking, or at least hope to be attacking. Now that can only be good in the fact that the dwarves will be distracted, but it does mean I've really got to get a move on in taking these settlements before the Wood Elves get them. Otherwise I'm just going to be fighting the Wood Elves instead. And, you know, while you might think that's not much difference, it's actually quite a big thing, because whereas with the dwarves I can just attack and take the territory and that's that, if I end up at war with the Wood Elves, it's a tough job to take their settlements, just because of the protection of forest. Not impossible, but I'd just rather be killing the dwarfs and keeping those territories rather than liberating them from wood elves. Anywho, so demolition is complete of Skarsnik's brawling grounds. So just to check, that didn't interfere with the recruitment that I did, which is good. Still no regiments of renown available, of course. We so obviously have lost the ability to spawn skulkers, nasty skulkers. The Empire did a few moves here and there, but they haven't at least come back at me, which is good. Carrick Asgaraz is on -3, probably because I forgot to move my new army recruiter into the settlement. I can now move Skarsnik in, and I'm at +17, so he will definitely allow the settlement to regain obedience. In last turn I mentioned there was an event, and I couldn't find the button to describe the event. Well, the event is that I don't have Carrick 8 peaks, which I did know, but yeah, so I am always going to struggle with this obedience, I think, until I get back my home settlement. I'm only one turn away from having a bit of extra income, which will be useful because I'm going to continue recruiting new troops in my second army. What I do need to do is think about what I'm going to do with this other building chain. Now, one option is to go with obedience, which will obviously allow me to keep control of the settlement a little bit easier. Let's see, what else is there? Campaign movement range would be quite useful, to be honest, because this is going to be my only settlement. Would it help me in the short term? Yeah, that's the thing. A garrison would be good, but does it help me enough? And it's always good to be getting squigs. That does require the squig technology. Squig heads doesn't. Does cost 3,000 though. And while I'm not making money, could be tricky. Or trolls, like I said, but that costs 5,000. I don't like building chains where there's like a level of the building I can't actually get to. Seems like I'm capping it out, and I don't like doing that. How many turns does this take? It takes 3 turns. You see, 3 turns is probably too long because I'm going to be moving my second army away by that time. I always go for garrisons. I say garrisons are so useful. So I'm going to stick with my plan. Garrison Carrick Asgaraz. Make it a fortress. That way I'll feel a lot happier about leaving it without an army to look after it. Carrick Norn, at least I still got only 8 troops. But I need to massively overwhelm them. In order to do that, I'm going to get 2 more rock lobbers. I might actually make each army have 3 eventually. 1 of each. Now, what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to send my hero, Slidermiser, to go and have a little look over at Carrick Norn, see what's going on. And now that he's actually quite good at assassinating, I may even try to pick off a character or 2. So let's have a little look at diplomacy, see if anyone's changed their minds about me. What else? I'm improving with them, but they might not like me too much if I start taking territory they wanted from the dwarfs. Golden Order, don't even know. They're obviously Empire, but it's funny because in most of my other campaigns, I've used diplomacy as much as possible, like trying to find allies and things like that. And I might have to send Sly out to actually go and talk to the vampires, to try and get them on side. But Sly's busy. Okay, so that... Oh, I was essentially just... Let's have a look at the chapter objective quickly to remind myself of what I was doing. Loot, raise or sack. Going to struggle with that one. Have I won 4 battles? I don't remember winning 4 battles. Interesting. Recruit a hero. Not going to do that. Loot or sack 2 different settlements. Interesting. And the following from raiding, so we're doing just more raiding on my way through. Alright, cool. I thought the battle in the last episode was my first one, but maybe not. Alright, lovely. So I'll see you in turn 16 when I decide whether or not to march on Carrot North. Turn 16 begins, and I have the disappeared. The populace in one of your settlements is gradually vanishing. On certain nights, whole ghettos or districts are left abandoned. The only clue for the remaining denizens is a triangular symbol daubed on a nearby gate or wall. There's a bit of negative growth, but it doesn't affect me too much while I only have 1 settlement. Completed the construction of the Horde, which is good. And those guys are allying up. So I am minus 600 now, which is a bit troubling, but still got that 500 in the bank. So I'm hoping I can keep it steady.
What you want?
Let's have Sly.
You can't make me do that, boss.
Let's have him room up this way. So the Dwarves do now have 2 armies on the go, which is a bit annoying.
Do you take me for a wazzock?
But I did know that they had 2.
Stop that!
They had an extra one on the loose. See, they are only dwarf warriors and miners, but they're still tough dwarves. And if they have that, it's a 13.
I will not
16.
my ancestors.
That's a 24 models. And that'll go against my
Good schemes. I got
19,
schemes.
20 with him. 29. Still not enough. I think I need 1 more turn of recruiting before I go for it. More goblins. If you're ever in doubt, get more goblins. Everyone knows that, right? And to be honest... Oh, I can't even hire one in that one. No, I was going to be sneaky and get an extra recruitment in this army. It wouldn't let me. Alright, so at least I can see the dwarfs now. Yeah. Let's see what I can do when I start moving towards them, which I think I'm going to do next turn. Turn 17, and I've completed my garrison in Skarsnik, which will mean I now should feel a bit happier about potentially leaving settlement on its own. Look at that, that's pretty healthy. 18 units there, including, I think, a Goblin Big Boss, which is very nice. They're only goblins garrisons, so they're not the toughest in the world, but they'll have to do.
Be gone.
Now the dwarfs are not recruiting, which is something at least. But let's have a look and see whether I might not go ahead with this. Got a 57% chance. Oh, blocking. Oh, okay. I thought that was going to be an option to assassinate. Obviously, it's only assassinate heroes rather than lords. So that's disappointing. Sly is obviously just there to spy then. Now I'm losing 1,000 a turn, so I need to get this unit army moving. I'm not going to pay for the upgraded garrison, as much as that would be nice, because I don't have the money for it. But I do need to now get myself moving.
Worthy
So let's go for it. I'll just check that my other army
Nasty
can get a similar distance. Yes, they can.
He can't. Push me.
Here we go.
Skarsnik, warlord of 8 pigs.
2 armies.
Boss,
Sly, get back in.
you're the boss.
Skarsnik's army.
Who should we
So I've got 33 units coming at these dwarfs. How many did I say they had? 24 or so, was it?
Not likely.
13.
No.
16,
I will not shame
yeah,
my
24.
plan.
So in terms of units, I've got more. But they're dwarves and goblins, so... Alright, so if I don't attack them next turn, I'll have 1 turn of raiding, which will at least mitigate this negative growth. Other than that, yeah, it's just a matter of, as is the theme for this campaign, being a bit patient. See you on turn 18.